Hey there, West Dove here with Dove Development Consulting. We've done a pretty intensive look at how values really are the foundation of any organization. And we've talked about the details, what we need to do. We've really started digging into the simple practices that we can take to make sure it's there. We've recently looked at the consistent example we have to set as leaders to be able to provide that for our teams. What we're doing now is really digging into how we can set and maintain sustainable expectations, and how that really can, if we do it right and we do it consistently and we keep things simple, it can create a legacy through those values and make an impact on everybody that we want to serve and everybody we touch inside and outside of our organization. So the first thing we're going to really dig into is how we've got to set and stick to the expectations for how living out those values really look in our organization. While it's not complicated, it's also not something that's easy to do. We've got to be very, very intentional about it. We've also got to make sure that clarity is in place. Earlier in this look, we looked big picture at removing ambiguity. This is where the rubber really meets the road. How do we define exactly what we expect and what happens otherwise? Hopefully, people do indeed rise to the occasion. And the thing that I share, if you dig into this, I share some stories about personal experience and how somebody that was in a leadership role, he wasn't my supervisor or manager, but he held leadership, he held authority, and for a number of other people that did report to him, but he always set high expectations for me, and it didn't push me away from him. And quite frankly, it could have, because he wasn't my boss. I didn't have to recognize what he was saying. I didn't have to pay attention. But the fact that he had earned influence with me, he showed me that, hey, Wes, I really care about your future. I'm willing to invest in you. It really earned that influence. And I saw him as a strong and effective leader. It really attracted me to be able to push through and do anything I could absolutely do to make sure I was meeting, and wherever I could, exceed the expectations he was placing on me. Because the reality was, when I recognized that he cared about me and cared about where I was going and saw a good future for me, I knew that he wasn't going to put anything on me that I wasn't capable of doing. So those expectations he was setting were indeed sustainable. I just had to work toward it. So if you dig through some of this, I think you get some neat pieces and some clarity about how you can do that, set sustainable expectations for your team. Now, moving forward, we're going to change gears and we're going to look at how we've got to hold people accountable. And it's not about pushing people away. It's about setting clear expectations with that accountability, so people know that, hey, the bar is here. We got to stick with it. Now, all that said, if you've never taken the opportunity to work through the short video assessment that we've got that kind of digs into what's killing the profitability in any given area of your business, specifically to the leadership skills on your team, and I promise you they do, wrote a whole book on it, right? Take a look at the assessment. It will, based on your responses, give you some thoughts and ideas on how we might be able to serve you really, really quickly, whether it's through something low cost or no cost digitally, or even have a direct conversation about tailoring some solutions that serve you or even your entire team best to capture that lost profitability. From there, we can dig into some other things too. I hope this serves you well. Look forward to seeing you soon. God bless.